Hi, welcome here. I've got these. We'll do celebrity tarot, and I've got a couple of requests, so I'm going to do a little deeper dive on this one just because I think it's going to take a minute to try and unpack it a bit. This one is about Selena Gomez and the lawsuit, and I was just looking it up. Security fraud. There's an unbuilt app. So I'll read a little bit of the summary that I got here. So Selena Gomez and her mother, Mandy Tife, co-founder Daniela Pearson, are being sued for securities fraud, breach of contract by investors who allege they were misled about the viability of the mental health startup Wondermind. The lawsuit, filed August 13th, 2026 in Delaware federal court, claims the founders concealed the company's collapse for 3 years while spending nearly $1.2 million of investor funds. The unbuilt app and false premises. The core of the complaint asserts that the mobile app, which was central to the business plan presented in 2022, was never built. Investors allege they were falsely told that promised partnerships with major institutions like JP Morgan, Chase, and Fidelity existed, and that revenue-generating initiatives were underway when in reality the partnership did not exist and the initiatives never materialized. Okay, it goes on and on. And I read another thing about this, just briefly. So, my little take on it so far, not to say that Selena has no culpability in it, but it feels like it was kind of mom's project a little bit. If you think back a year ago, Selena was already getting ready for that wedding, getting the big marriage launched off, and she's pretty busy with Rare Beauty. So I feel like, I don't know, this is just my opinion. It's just tarot for fun, for entertainment. I'm not a lawyer. I just kind of, to me, from what I read, some other things, it seems like this was a bit of mom's project. Maybe keep her busy. I don't know. But the bottom line is, if things aren't getting met, deadlines are not being met, and there's no evidence that this thing was built, there's a problem. And then if Selena put her name to it, which she did, I think, promising to promote it, promising to do that piece of it, and it's not happening, it's problematic. It just is. But she's got a good legal team, I'm sure. She's got a whole legal department looking at this. And again, I'm not a lawyer, but my supposing is they'll probably try to settle it out of court. And we're going to hear about it now, if the other side will settle, just to make things easier. We'll see. So I'll ask what we can know about this lawsuit, and then I'll ask about how's Selena doing and how's her mom doing. We'll do kind of three things, kind of a dive here, if you will. I don't want you upside down. Using my regular Rider-Waite deck right now. What can we know about this lawsuit against Selena and two other people? Her mother and one other person, and the app. And I can't remember the name of it. Better Mind? No, that's not right. I'll look it up. I just looked at it. So, and I don't study it deeply. So, what can we know about this lawsuit against Selena, her mother, and another person? The mental health app that seemingly isn't built. We got the lovers. Well, that's the contracts too. That speaks to contracts, and that's what this is all about. What can we know about this lawsuit? Yeah, that's lawsuits, the King of Swords. All right, let's do the cut. What can we know about this lawsuit against Selena Gomez and her mother and one other about the unbuilt app, mental health app? What can we know about this lawsuit against Selena, her mother, and one other person? And what can we know about this lawsuit? About the mental health app that seemingly hasn't been built. Okay. Yeah. 7 of Pentacles. Each side looking over what did the contract say? Where's the money? This is harvest, though. Like, it hasn't come to harvest either. But they're wondering what's going on, and her side would be trying to look at the language and what can we do with this? Okay, heartbreak in the middle. So I think it's really upsetting to her. She's got a pretty great reputation with her rare beauty. She's no newcomer to brand deals and partnerships and how all of this works. And that's where I feel like she was busy with rare beauty, and I know Benny just put out some music, but that's not her stuff. She's busy with, and so she kind of maybe spun it off to, okay, Mom, you're handling this, right? And looks like no. So yeah, but let's keep looking here into what can we know about it. Well, it's gonna go to court. That doesn't say it's gonna be settled, which is what they may still aim for yet. I mean, this is the justice going to be looking at it. And I think from just the cursory thing that I've read, it just looks like breach of contract. And you said you were going to do this, but here we are. What's going on, man? It's not looking. It's not looking. Let's take one more card. Yeah, the judge will try to be fair and balanced. The King of Cups. Yeah. Okay, let's look down at the bottom. This is the card I thought might come up. That's what I would call trying to settle it out of court. Here, I'll give you this, I'll give you this. That's what they're going to aim for. Will it happen? Too early to say. That's not in this outcome position. It's at the bottom of everything. This is what we're going to go for. This is what we're going to try. Yeah, all right, fine. We'll take the next card to it. A lot of judges around this, and that's the legal team too, the kings, and stuff like that. Okay, let's look inside the hidden energy. Well, you know what? How crazy is this? There's the next king. A lot of lawyers talking. You know they are. Okay, inside. Okay, I feel better about that. There will be an agreement that they get to. This could be settling out of court too. I really thought that card kind of signifies it. But Two of Cups, if it's a love reading, that's like, oh, engagement. No, this is contracts, but it can also be we're going to come to an agreement, and it strength, meaning it'll work out to the best way possible, which would be that settling thing. So we'll watch the news and see, like, is that what's going to be? But it doesn't feel like reading about it. It's nothing frivolous. It's nothing. It's pretty serious. And I don't know enough about fraud allegations. I know a little about defamation. Is a really difficult high bar to get in the U.S., but that's all I know. Okay, let's take a look at Serena Williams was an investor in it, so I'm getting the names crossed. Let's look at Selena and her mother. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I read this. I can't remember. I think her mother has had some mental health issues. Maybe gotten better, gotten worse. But, yeah. Maybe we'll just put these two together. I'll do it this way. You know, what can we know about Selena and her mother right now? How are they doing? I think there's going to be some angry phone calls. That's what I think. Yeah. How are they? That's card of the day. 6 of coins. Generosity. Be generous with me, daughter. I'm sorry. Tough being in business with family sometimes. Especially if you get promises and they don't happen. They don't materialize. All right, Selena and her mother. What can we know about their relationship? Allegedly. For entertainment only. I'd be fighting. I don't remember if I did this or not, but I'm going to do it now. So then I'll shuffle some more. All right, Selena and Mom, how are they? Come on. Sticky. So when it's sticky, it's a little hard. We got Justice again. I just think there's a lot of disappointment from Selena to Mom. Okay, Selena and Mom. That card keeps coming out. We'll bury it in, see if it comes in. That's biting. Anxiety, disappointment. All right, let's cut it now. What can we know about... I'll just turn this slightly. Yeah. What can we know about Selena and Mom and their relationship right now in light of this lawsuit? How are Selena and Mom doing in light of this pretty serious lawsuit? All right, Selena and Mom, how are they doing? Let's take a look. Oh, good grief. Yeah, there's the anxiety card. Yeah, and swords. That's fighting. Accusations, but it's causing a lot of anxiety for each of them. And like I said, my supposing is this was maybe spun off a little bit more to be Mom's project. And, a lesson learned, Selena, if that's the case. Okay, 4 of Swords. Again, swords. They're going to have to take a break. Kind of not exactly from each other, but they're going to retreat to their own corners, if you will, and retreat from this anxiety and the disappointment. I think there's disappointment in this, okay? Well, justice. Eventually, too, though, they will let go of the past, but this will be a hard thing because it's going forward. We got this twice. This is going to go somewhere, somehow. They can still settle. And Selena doesn't like any of this kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, we'll look at the bottom. Oh, dear. That's where it was. Okay. Yeah. 4 of Coins. 4 of Pentacles. They're retreating from each other similarly to this. This is the 4 of Swords, so we've got 2 4s there. And just kind of withholding. Don't want to say anything you might regret, but I think there's been some pretty big words that have been let out. Okay, let's look inside. See what we can see here. Okay, well, it's going back and forth. Two of Pentacles. One day they feel better, one day they don't. That's that anxiety. And I'm sad. 10 of Swords, stabbed in the back. I think that would be Selena. It would be my supposing. That's the hidden energy. But in time it'll get better next to it, which kind of mollifies things a little is the Hermit. So looking toward their inner wisdom and trying to pull it together so that when they're going to be in public together, it will at least look civil if it doesn't look happy. That may take a while. So we'll keep our eye on that and see what happens with it. It's so new, and then court cases, all the legal stuff can just take a long time to go anywhere. So we'll see what happens. Just keep an eye on it. But I think her team is really going to push for settling, and I think that's maybe what will happen. But it's so new again. We don't know. So, all right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the question. I'll make this one separate from the other celebrity things that I'm going to look at. Okay, and bye for now.